If you're walking through hell, keep walking, because that's not where you belong. It may be shit, it may be uncomfortable, but it is helping you to become who you were born to be. This is the season of your life where you're being tested. The universe is throwing a spanner in the works and going, hey, I know that you deserve greatness. I know that you deserve success. And God is saying, hey, I just need to make sure that you are really serious about this, because what's up ahead on the other side of your challenge is massive success.
I'm Luke, and you're listening to the Luke Mind Power Podcast.
What's up, guys? Welcome to another episode on the Luke Mind Power Podcast. You're tuning in to the number one motivational podcast in the world. It's such a blessing to be alive, and I'm really excited to be here with you guys, because every single time I take action and you take action, we both grow, right? We're both expanding our, level of consciousness every single time. Like, I'm taking more action, which is programming my mind to say, wow, Luke, you are really serious. Even though you've been doing this for so many years and so long now, consistently every day, every week, keep talking, doing this content, right? You still don't give up. Okay, that's a good thing. That means you're getting unconscious competence. You're becoming better and better and better. It's expanding your mind. So my question to you is, like, what are you practicing to become? Because be careful, because what you listen to on this podcast also conditions and programs your mind to become more self-aware. But also, I'm planting a lot of seeds in your mind for you to actually live your life according to your truth. Because remember, my purpose is not to dictate your life. My purpose is not to come into your life, get involved with your relationships, get involved with your professional life, get involved with everything that you're going through and saying, I changed because Luke told me to. No, I didn't fucking tell you to do shit. You became aware of your own bullshit, and then you said, well, you know what? It sounds like he's speaking to me. It sounds like what he's saying makes sense, and I've got to make some positive changes in my life, because if I don't make some positive change in my life, I'm going to keep being my own worst enemy. And that's something that we're very, very good at doing. You weren't born to be in an unhealthy state. You weren't born to be living in a toxic relationship. You were not born to just fucking get to where you are right now in your life and just give up and say, yeah, well, that's how my life has evolved. That's how things have worked out. So that's just how it is. Bullshit. This is why I say, like, Ice Cube was not wrong. He said, hey, check yourself before you wreck yourself, because if you keep going the way you're going, if you're not in the best place where you want to be, or you're not in a place of your life where you feel content and peaceful, well, then you're going to wreck yourself if you keep going that way. And you know what? Coming back to my parents' house has absolutely made me very, very conscious, very aware. And do you like my haircut, by the way? Fucking hell. I'm looking at the live cameras and shit I can see on TikTok and shit. And I haven't done it like this before, but I went to my friend who just opened his men's hairdresser, grooming, wellness, he calls it. I went there and, he took care of me, had a nice green juice there as well. And I was a bit skeptical that they weren't going to be able to do my hair the way I wanted it. And man, I was surprised, and opened my eyes and looked at myself in the mirror, and I was like, damn, they did a fantastic job. And, customer service was absolutely amazing. You know what I mean? It was that amazing that I gave him a tip. I wanted to pay him more. So the one thing that I want to remind you guys is, especially if you have your own business, but just in general, when you go above and beyond people's expectations. If you want love, give love. If you want respect, give respect. But be careful who you give it to, because not everybody's going to be able to give it back. But I know myself that I would rather leave a sweet taste in someone's mouth than a sour one. And again, it's, not everybody thinks the same way as I do, but I know it goes such a long way. When you really, really go above and beyond, when you really treat people with respect, when you really, especially people that are coming to purchase from you, or they're paying a service, the more that you give and take care of them, the more they're going to talk about your business, the more they're going to want to come back, the more they're not going to actually want to leave. And so that's something that I've learned, but again, my job is not to go around and tell people how to run their businesses. I'm just very careful with, like, where I go and how they treat me. And if I get bad service somewhere, they'll get some bad publicity. They'll get some bad press. I'll talk about them. So if you have a business, if you have some sort of service or product, pay attention to how you treat people, because you just never know who you're talking to and who is going to be disappointed with your lack of empathy, respect, time that you give, service that you give, because they may not come back. And I got to tell you that that's one of the reasons for my success as well, is that, especially with my team, like I am on them like a hawk, and I, because I have such a like intricate way of communicating, writing emails, writing things. A lot of time, guys, this is something like that's been really annoying, is training my staff, training my team, because they'll message me and they'll ask me, how do I do this? How do I do that? And I have to sit there and I have to write shit out. This is the way that we do shit in my company. And it's so annoying, but it's so important. This is the difference between success and failure, that you have to be willing to do the things that most people aren't willing to do to get the results that most people are not going to get, because they don't do this above and beyond work. So you got to see what makes you different. You know, it's the uncomfortable shit. You know how many times I've been on a phone call with my sister, Caroline, who works with me, and I'm sitting there and I can feel this, like, I just want to get off the phone. I'm fucking sick of it. Like, I'm over it. I want to get off the phone, but I can't. It's one fucking conversation to the next, to the next, to the next. And then fucking an hour and a half later, we're still talking. And like, I'm being as real as I can be with you guys, because I'm basically sharing with you like the ins and out of like what I do, you know, and why I'm so successful. But like building a business and like training staff, training your team so that they can emulate you, so that you can really have that congruency and people being in alignment with like, how do we deliver the best, most exceptional customer service? And it does come from me. I'm the fucking head of the snake. I'm the fucking leader. I have to train. I have to teach. I have to be there, you know. And again, it always happens, you know, something's not right. I disappear for a few days, or I'm switched off for a day or two, or I'm having a break or whatever. And I see something and I'm like, oh my God, why is this happening? Building a company or a business is like a baby. I always refer it to a baby. You know, it's the best metaphor that you can have, that if you don't feed the child, what happens? The child's going to cry. It's going to be hungry. You know, the child chucks a shit, is going to have shit in the nappy, and he's going to fucking start crying eventually. Your focus needs to be on the baby all the freaking time. And sometimes you ain't going to sleep at night. Sometimes you're going to sleep for 1 hour and the baby's going to start crying and you got to get the fuck up. Let's be real. Do you think I don't whinge and complain? Right? And I know that I say don't surround yourself with people who are whinging and complaining. But the truth is, I'm aware of what I'm whinging about. I'm whinging and complaining about the fucking shit that I have to deal with all the time. But I always check myself about it, because I'm like, bro, where do you want to be? Do you want to go back to your old fucking job where you were living that life, or do you want to live this life? I'm like, okay, thank you so much for reminding me. But this is part of the fucking life. This is part of the challenge. This is part of the deal. And let me tell you, hands down, every single time, if you said to me, which life would you prefer, the old one or the new one? I'd be like, man, I want the new one, but I'm still going to complain, because it's a challenge. It's a fight. Show up continuously to keep learning, keep training, keep teaching, and fucking keep doing this and that. And it's not easy. But like Les Brown says, if you do what is easy, your life will be hard. If you do what is hard, your life will be easier. I changed it because he says your life will be easy, but I believe that life is not easy. Life is fucking hard. That's a fact. But it's up to you to deal with it the best possible way. And it's not only dealing with it, it's having the right environment and the right people in your life to be able to deal with shit. It's having a good routine, having a good self-care practices. Yesterday I went for a massage, then I went for a sauna. Then I slept in the car because I was tired. And I just wanted to switch off. Like, seriously, I'm telling you exactly how I'm living. I came back to my parents' place. I'm loving on my mum, loving on my dad in this space. I'm living here at home. And guess what I needed? I could feel it in myself. I needed to get the fuck out. I needed my own space. I didn't want to be around this energy. I'm being challenged because I'm in an environment that doesn't completely help me to be on that high frequency. But guess what? This is a fucking slingshot, because when I know I'm not where I'm supposed to be, it's pulling me back. It's hurting me. And I don't mind being hurt, because your pain is your power. And this shit's going to propel me, because in 4 weeks' time when I leave, and you're probably listening to this maybe when it's 2 weeks left on the podcast, when I leave, it's a slingshot, man. I'm gone. There's so many lessons I'm learning, living in my parents' place, coming back here. If I had a choice, I'd be in Dubai. That's the facts. You know, I'm not normal. People can say you're selfish, your family's important, all this stuff. Yeah, fucking oath it is. I came. But I already feel I'm getting to a threshold. I'm getting to this level where Luke needs his own time again. Luke needs his own space. Luke needs his environment. Luke needs his peace. And Luke does like spending a lot of time alone. That's why I say it's balance. Because after I'm away for a few months, it's going to be like, oh, I miss you, mum, or I miss you, my sister, or I miss you, my other sister, or I miss you, my brother-in-law, I miss you, my best friend. And it's like, cool. I'll travel back to Australia for 3 or 4 days, spend some time with them, and then I'm gone again. But I know my place. I'm not going to come back to Australia and stay here for a month. Too long, man. I'll just come and say hello, spend some time, have a couple of drinks, eat some nice food, and then see you later, bro. I'm back on my dream. I'm back on my purpose. I'm not going to be hard on myself for feeling the way that I feel, but I'm very aware of what I'm experiencing. And I already knew this was going to happen. I knew I was going to come back to my parents' house and eventually I was going to get the shits. And I was going to be like, fuck, this is not my place. I need to get the fuck out of here. But sometimes the universe and God is going to test you. And sometimes it's going to put you back where you don't want to be just to help you grow. And how you are growing is because you're uncomfortable and it hurts. It hurts to not be where you want to be. It hurts to not be where you know you deserve to be. It hurts to feel uncomfortable and confined to an environment that you know that doesn't empower and support your growth constantly. So what are you going to do? Are you going to persevere or are you going to whinge every day? Isn't it so relatable where I'm just sitting here, where I'm not like this fucking amazing like entrepreneur, motivational speaker, this and that, and I'm like perfect, and I'm like, yeah, this is what I do every day. I've got these 7 fucking habits, and I'm like this and this, and everything's perfect. Nah, man, I'm fucking being real with you. This is what most people wouldn't share. That's why I'm different, because I go through the same shit as what you go through, and that's most important. I like transparency, vulnerability, transparency. People are scared to open up, right? Because of what people are going to think of them. You could be judging me right now. How's that going to affect me? What, you're going to think I'm going to stop doing a podcast because you're going to judge me on how I speak about my family? See, I need you to pay attention. I need you to pay attention to the people that you surround yourself with, to the people that you love, to the people that you've been connected with. I don't love my family any less just because I say I don't want to spend time with them. Just because I know that they're not for me 24/7. Be okay with making decisions that don't involve your family. Be okay with doing things on your own. Be okay with your family not agreeing with you. Right? My family could be listening to this and going, oh my goodness, what are you talking about, Luke? Nothing. I'm just saying the truth, how I feel, who I am. I am not normal. I don't want to be normal. I'm not your average Joe Blow. I'm not your average brother, okay? I'm not your average son that's just going to say, yes, mum, yes, dad, whatever you say. And like I said before, no one ever made a statue of a critic. They always made a statue of someone who stepped into their greatness, someone who changed the world. And no one is more hated than the one that speaks the truth. So for me to do what I do, to know the backlash that will come as I get bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger, because people won't align with my truth, whatever, man. And that's why we have to heal ourselves. That's why we have to come back to love. That's why we have to love ourselves and heal our past so it doesn't interfere with our future that we're creating. And have a good, healthy, loving relationship with yourself, because the more healthier you are, the more you will have a positive impact on the world. If you're not happy within yourself, you're going to be going around trying to hurt other people because you'll hurt yourself. You'll be living in the ego most of the time, because as long as it fuels your ego, then you're okay, because you're just completely disconnected from yourself. I want to make sure, guys, if you're tuning in right now, you're live on Facebook or Instagram or TikTok, and you do not know or you're not aware of the event that's happening on the 26th of August, which is in Sydney, in Penrith. If you're tuning in right now and you want to join me live at the Heat Fitness Retreat in Penrith, guess where you need to go? Click the link on my Instagram profile. There is a link there that will take you to my website. The link for any of my events on Facebook, click the link at the top of the video that you're watching right now, and you'll be able to get access to the tickets for the live events that's happening this Saturday that I'll be speaking at. So if you want to catch me live, buy yourself a ticket and join us because it's going to be absolutely phenomenal. It is on Saturday. I think it starts at 7 a.m. So it's actually a retreat. So there's some sound healing, there's energy healing. There's a lady that's doing some cupping. Yeah, that's what it's the cupping. They do the cupping on your body, and it takes away out of the toxins, all the toxic shit out of your body, which is pretty powerful. Most importantly, one of the things that happens when times get tough is that we feel like it's never going to end, and you feel like giving up. You feel like quitting, and I feel it. It happens to me. It's not that it doesn't happen to me. I have thoughts, I have doubts. But it definitely gets easier as you climb. As the higher you go, the easier it gets, in a sense of like knowing that, okay, I've built this foundation, I've become this new version of myself, I've grown so much. And that's why I always have to remind everybody, remember why you started. But not only that, it doesn't, remember why you started is good, but it's also just the reflection of your evidence, because you don't have any fear or doubt to let control you when you can look back at your journey, at what you've achieved and who you've become and what you've accomplished, and go, damn, like, I'm pretty amazing. Like, I did this. I put in the work. Look at all the evidence that I have of who I am and who I've become and what I've done. So when I do that with myself, I always find a lot of peace, because it's not for me to go to ask someone and say, do you think I'm going to make it? Do you think I'm good enough? No, man, it's not. It's like, I know within myself that I'm good enough. Yes, it does get overwhelming. Do I feel overwhelmed with the amount of responsibility that I have, with the amount of, events I'm doing now, and coaching, and, the responsibility of being this person? Yes, absolutely. Hence why, again, I always go back to, how are you taking care of yourself? Everything is about balance. Do you exercise? How do you take care of your body? How much time do you spend alone with yourself? Your relationship with yourself is very important. Having that balance and disconnection from people and from social media and from all these platforms is very important for your mind. So there's a lot that comes into play, in order for you to figure out, like, what works for you. How can I find this balance? How can I find this better version of myself and be able to maintain that? That's the challenge. That's why most people fail, because they just start and then it's just like, it's too hard. And I can appreciate it, and I get it. Like, me being in the thick of things right now, and how much I have to go through and deal with, I can appreciate why someone would give up. But as I always say, like, I stop and think, and I go, Luke, think about where you were 6 or 7 years ago. Would you rather that life, or would you rather this life? And I'm like, yeah, whatever, man. No way. Like, I'm in control of my life. I set my schedule. I don't have some person or company telling me, you need to come into work at 8, or you need to start at 7 and finish at 3. The fact that I'm in control of my life, that's freedom. And is that something worth fighting for? Absolutely it is. That's why I say, man, get in the room. If you see that I've got a live event happening, get the fuck there. Because the energy that is in that space, when you take that action and you come to one of my live events, you change your whole life. That's the power of it. Energy is contagious. And when you surround yourself with positive energy, when you surround yourself with greatness, you become it. It's simple as that. The amount of things that I've had to invest in and do for myself to get to where I'm at is a testament of my actions. It wasn't a testament of, well, maybe it's not going to work. Or what if I waste my money? Or what if it's a scam? Or what if this? All this negative bullshit. Instead, and I was talking to Scotty about this when I went to do my hair today, and I said, bro, everyone always has this negative mindset of like, oh, what if it doesn't work? What if it's a stupid thing? What's a waste of my time? What if I waste my money? And it's like, what if it changes your life, man? What if this next event that I'm hosting in Sydney, or the one in Melbourne, or the one in Laguna Beach, is the event that actually gives you a breakthrough, that you actually meet someone that connects you with your purpose? You never know. Like, your network is your net worth. Who you surround yourself with. You don't know who you're going to meet that could become a friend that you didn't know you needed at these kind of events. This is the beautiful thing about it. And one thing I love about what I do as well is I love bringing people together. I love the whole community. Like, I've built, like, the Dream Chasers is like nearly, I think it's 19,000 members. And that started freaking 5 years ago. and we've got so many amazing people in there, which is extraordinary because, it's like, how do you know Luke Mindpower from the Dream Chasers? And where did you meet this person? I met this person in a Facebook group. That's the crazy thing. Like, this kind of technology is helping us to become closer and to connect and to, make new acquaintances, friends, good people. Good people. That's who you want to surround yourself with. So if you haven't got your tickets for my next live events, just go to my website, lukemindpower.com/LMP, or you can click on the link in my profile on Facebook or on Instagram. You will see that there is a link there that will take you to my live events. So I can't wait to meet you guys in person, to be honest. Because, I've been doing so much virtual work. I've been, on Instagram, Facebook, and all these platforms, TikTok, posting all this content. And I'm like, man, I want to see you guys in person. This whole virtual reality shit is great, but man, like, physical connection is the next level shit. So I hope that you guys will make it. Take action. Get out of your comfort zone. Invest in yourself, because there's this subconscious programming intention. When you invest in yourself, all of a sudden, even before you've come to the event, your whole life starts changing, because you've made a conscious intention that I'm ready to grow. I'm ready to surround myself with greatness. I was talking to one of our clients. We had a group coaching session a couple of weeks ago. I hope you don't mind me mentioning your name, Rob, but I'm inspired by your action, man. You're amazing, bro. Like, honestly, I know you're in your, I think you're in your early 50s, but you're incredible, man. Honestly, and I'm just sharing this, guys, because I want you to understand what you surround yourself with is what you become. And I remember talking because Rob was going through a little bit of a tough time, and all of us were together. There was a few more of us in the room, and we were just talking about our wins and what we're working on and our goals and stuff like that. And, and then I had something to say, and I was like, Rob, I said, listen, man, I said, like, you may be the one that's kind of on a bit of a downer at the moment. I said, but bro, let me remind you of something. I said, you are in the room with greatness. I said, if you continue to surround yourself with this kind of energy, man, in 4 weeks' time, I guarantee you that you're going to be in a better place, because it is just the law. It's the law of energy. It's the law of reciprocation. It's the law of attraction. When you continue to surround yourself with that is growing and expanding and is exciting and is taking action and is winning, you program yourself that way, because that's your environment. That's what you become. It's one of the most, like, personal development secret number 101. Surround yourself with people who are taking action, who are thriving, who are growing. You start growing too. It's just, you can't not. You can't be in a positive space and be a fucking negative Nancy or negative Nelly for fucking the rest, like, the whole time. It just doesn't work. You can't. You feed off it. It's like, damn, I better move my ass. I better do something. These guys are taking all this action. These guys are living their best life. These guys are so excited. And what am I doing? If you're in that space, you just can't help it but to go, oh, I got to do something different. I got to take action. And you feed off that energy, that positivity. It's just incredible. So that's what you're going to experience at my events. If you choose to intentionally go, hey, I'm going to grow. I'm going to take action. I'm going to purchase these tickets. I'm going to go to these events, So this is just the start, guys. I'm very excited because I already messaged my friend Faith in the UK, and I'm like, hey, we got to do something in London. We got to do something in the UK, February or January 2024. And she's like, when are you thinking of coming? And she's like, of course, let's do it. And I'm like, yeah, man. Absolutely. So I'm really excited for this because I know that there's so many people, and then there's people messaging me from Germany and from Europe, and they're like, when are you coming to Europe? So it's on the cards, guys, but I got to do things one step at a time. One step at a time. First, I've got to finish off these events in Australia, and then I am traveling to California, to Laguna Beach for that event as well. But again, this does not happen overnight, and it doesn't happen when you give up. So whatever you're going through right now, if you're walking through hell, keep walking, because that's not where you belong. It may be shit, it may be uncomfortable, but it is helping you to become who you're born to be. This is the season of your life where you're being tested. You're being tested. The universe is throwing a spanner in the works and going, hey, I know that you deserve greatness. I know that you deserve success. And God is saying, hey, I just need to make sure that you are really serious about this, because what's up ahead on the other side of your challenge is massive success. So I'm just going to test you a little bit more. I'm going to press you a little bit more. I'm going to push you a little bit more, because what you're going to achieve if you keep persevering is going to blow your mind. It is going to shake the whole world up. Everybody's going to feel your success because you don't give up. When we talk about that, don't get it twisted, okay? Because you may be in a shit job where you have a shit boss, or it's just a very toxic place. You may be in a family environment where people keep putting you down and they don't respect you. They don't listen to you. They don't treat you with the respect and appreciation that you deserve to be treated with. You may be in a relationship that you thought was exactly what you dreamed of, but now it's not. And why I bring this up is because you need to be aware that if you're going through hell right now, just because that's your circumstance, that you're going through hell and it's shit, if you keep going, that it's going to change. No, it's not going to change if you just keep going. Okay. I'm talking about like growth. I'm talking about investing in yourself. I'm talking about becoming a better version of yourself. I'm talking about fixing your health. I'm talking about self-care. I'm talking about loving yourself, right? Putting yourself first. I'm talking about showing up for you, becoming healthier, being more consistent and disciplined. But when it comes to all this other crap that you're tolerating in your life, don't get it twisted for me to say to you, if you're going through hell, keep going and it's going to get better. Well, yeah, what? You're going to rely on fucking your partner that you're fucking unhappy with, or your boss, or your shit coworkers, or your family that's treating you like shit, and you're going to give them the power and say, well, maybe one day they'll fucking wake up and they'll go, oh, we've been disrespecting you and we're so sorry. Really? Pay attention, man. So if you're going through shit, you need to get yourself out of that shit by taking action, standing up for yourself and respecting yourself. Because when respect is not being served at the table, you need to get the fuck up from that table, pick up that chair, chuck it on the table, chuck it over the fence, and go. Yeah? How long are you going to wait? How much more time are you going to waste? Because your time is very expensive. You know, you can't buy it again. Give it some sort of value. How much is every single day of your life worth? $100, $500, $1,000? $5,000, $10,000? Let's say that every single day of your life, for argument's sake, was worth $10,000. And so basically, because of your lack of love for yourself to do exactly what's right for you, to speak your truth, to have the courage to stand up for yourself for once in your life, because of that, you continue to lose $10,000 every fucking day. Now, imagine that for a moment. If I put that money in front of you and said every day that you don't stand up for yourself and love yourself enough to make the right changes in your life, you lose this $10,000. So every day I take away 10,000, another 10,000, another 10,000, another 10. Man, you're getting depleted. Soon you're going to be fucking bankrupt because you think that you're going to live forever. But the truth is you don't know how long you've got. And your time clock is ticking. Every single day that you let pass because of your fears of rejection, your fears of not feeling loved, not feeling enough, fear of being alone. I get it. I understand. It's not that easy. Many people can listen to this and go, yeah, it's easy for you to say, Luke. It's easier said than done. And I know that. That's why we do have to go through experiences in our life that continue to hurt us over and over and over and over again. Because that which doesn't kill you makes you live longer. But that which doesn't kill you does make you stronger. And that which hurts you continues to hurt you eventually to get to breaking point. Now, I don't want you to get to breaking point. But some of us need to get there. Some of us need to be hurt so much, traumatized, hurt, broken. And I know it's a hard analogy to fathom because it's like, why do we have to be broken? Why do we have to go through this? Why do we have to be so hurt? How do you make a glow stick glow? If you've listened to my podcast, you've heard me say this a number of times earlier on in the episodes. How do you make a glow stick glow? It has to be broken, which is a perfect analogy for our life. If you're broken, that's where, as Rumi says, the wound is where the light enters. Just like the glow stick, you have to break it. Just like our life, we have to be broken, which is very sad, isn't it? It's like we have to go through this yin and yang of love, happiness, and then fucking pain. And it sucks because it's like, why do we have to go through the pain? But it's true. The pain does help you grow. And, I've learned myself to use the pain as fuel, to use it as motivation, man. Like fucking shit, man. Like I use the pain of rejection, of not feeling lovable, not feeling good enough for so many years. One of my greatest motivations, inspirations is not being in a relationship after going through so many and yearning to be loved and to attract a healthy relationship that I was like, yes, that's what I want to be in. That's why I'm so driven. Right? Because it was always the younger version of me. It was the little Luke that never felt good enough. And then it was the women that rejected Luke that then basically confirmed that I wasn't good enough, So that's a big motivation for me, to go against. So if anyone's listening, whatever you're if you've been through whatever it is, feelings of rejection, not feeling good enough, whatever that case is in your life, someone not loving you the way you want to be loved or deserve to be loved. It is an ugly feeling. It's yuck. It is. It's so crap. Even friendships or people that you've known, you've been friends with for 10 years, 20 years, all of a sudden they stop talking to you. Or they tell you that you're not good enough, or you're not on our level, or whatever it is. Whatever those experiences are for you, it's such a liberating thing, a liberating experience to know that, yeah, there were people there once upon a time, or maybe right now in your life, that don't love you the way that you deserve to be loved, or respect you the way you deserve to be respected, or appreciate you the way you deserve to be appreciated. And so you're rejected, and then you come up with this story that I'm not lovable, or I'm not good enough, or there's something wrong with me. And I say this because everything I talk about on the podcast, guys, is everything I've lived through. This is all real life experience that I'm sharing. And I didn't go to a book and read shit, man. I'm telling you everything that I went through. It's just that we want them to, because we want that love. We want to be loved. We want to be in that relationship or have those people in our lives because we appreciate them or whatever. But no one has to love you. It's not a law. It's not a rule. It's not some fucking law that says if you are friends with this person or if you meet this person, you have to love them no matter what. It's like, no, they don't. People don't owe you anything, right? But we yearn for that attention. We yearn to be loved. We yearn to be in a healthy relationship. And this is the beautiful thing, that if you haven't experienced that, or if you haven't found the one, or if you haven't attracted that healthy relationship, or if you've been rejected or whatever, or you're feeling like you're not good enough, or you're not lovable, you have this fear. I have a fear of not meeting the one, or have a fear of not attracting a healthy relationship, or have a fear because I feel like I'm getting old, or I feel like I'm getting old and it's getting too late. And again, remember, the one thing that's very powerful to remember is that you attract what you fear. So that's why you have to change your mindset. You have to change your belief system, and you have to believe in yourself. You have to think positively about yourself, and you have to believe that it is possible for you to attract a healthy relationship. It is possible for you to meet someone that is going to fuel your flame, fuel your fire, not piss on it. That's the opposite, which is the very fulfilling part. And when you're constantly being rejected, or when things are not falling into place like they are for other people in your life that guess what? You can easily fall into the trap of I'm not good enough. What's wrong with me? There's something wrong with me. I'm not lovable. You're not lovable because somebody else doesn't want to love you and you want them to love you, but they don't love you. They don't need to love you. They don't need to give you shit, man. You need to realize and decide that this is someone that doesn't love me. This is someone that doesn't appreciate me. This is someone that doesn't want to be with me. Well, fuck off then. That's the facts. Let them go. You don't need to force someone to be with you. That's just stupid. Why would you want to be with someone that doesn't want to be with you? It's not just like intimate relationships, it's friendships, man. Don't force friendships. Don't force people to be in your life. And that's why I say, I don't need to chase. I will attract what's right for me. And when you can come from that place and that space, there's a lot more peace in your life. You don't need to force people to respect you and appreciate you. The right people, they'll be able to see your light and they'll respect your light. The wrong people, they won't. And that'll be up to you to decide, this is not good energy, or these people are not healthy for me, or this is lowering my vibration, or this is causing me to feel sad. Like, it's not rocket science. That's the truth. It's actually very, very simple for you to become aware of, how do I feel? You're the one living in your body. Like, pay attention to how you feel. If you're feeling low, sad, unhappy, depressed, having panic attacks, these are all signs that your environment is unhealthy. These are all signs that you're not happy. These are all signs that there's something dysfunctional going on in your life. Pay attention to that and then act accordingly. Because you're just in your own way. And if you keep doing what you've always done, you'll keep getting what you've always gotten. And you'll keep losing that $10,000 every single day. And before you know it, you'll be bankrupt and you wonder what happened. And you'll be like, well, I guess I never believed in myself. I guess I can look back now and I've just wasted 20 years of my life. Instead of taking the uncomfortable road and realizing that you're more powerful and capable than you think. Sometimes when things are easy, you get complacent, you get too comfortable. And when you get too comfortable, nothing grows in your comfort zone. That's the truth. So you got to get out of your comfort zone. Okay. And that's the hard part. I know. But I'm just here to remind you, I'm just a messenger. Okay. If you want to keep doing what you've always done, you'll keep getting what you've always gotten. It's okay, because I'm still going to come back with another episode and I'm going to tell you to wake up. That's the truth. You're going to hear me keep saying this shit, And so it's kind of on repeat. I have to, because it takes time for you guys to listen and for this to sink in, But anyway, guys, I love you. Never give up on yourself. Even if you're going through something challenging right now, make sure you take the action that's required. If you're growing or building something and you have to keep persevering, keep going, okay? But if you're in some sort of toxic environment or experience, this is a reminder that things won't change because you expect them to. They'll change because you take action. That's how they've changed on yourself. To put yourself in a positive place, you've got to make positive decisions for yourself. Be your own best friend, not your own worst enemy. Okay. Now, guys, just finally, before I finish up, I am going to be doing a lot more live events in person. So if you want to come and join me at these live events, just know that it's going to transform your life, nothing less. Okay. It's always an extraordinary opportunity for you to surround yourself with like-minded individuals. Okay. So I'm going to be doing a lot more events as I keep creating them because this is definitely my dream. And, I don't want to just stay behind the camera and keep doing these podcasts. I will always do the podcast, but of course I want to get in front of you. I want to be with you in the environment so that you can connect with the energy that I'm projecting towards you and help you to really transform by being in the room. Okay, so there's going to be a lot more events. And if you want to know more about my events, all you need to do is go to my website, lukemindpower.com/live-events. That's where you can actually go. Or you can just go into Google, go to my website, or go onto Instagram or Facebook, and you'll see on my profile there is a link to my website to check out the live events so that you can get tickets and join us. Okay. Now, finally, I just want you to remember that you have something special. You have something that no one else has. Okay? You have a gift that you haven't shared yet. You have music that hasn't been expressed yet. And your purpose is to not die with the music still stuck in you. Your purpose is for you to share it with the world. So please do us a huge favor. Believe in yourself a little bit more today. Love yourself a little bit more today. Trust yourself. Trust your intuition. Trust when something feels off that it's off. You don't need to question it. You don't need to doubt it. You know. Because you know you the best. And you've been living with you all your life. So don't let anyone tell you how you feel and what's right for you. You know exactly what's right for you. And keep moving forward. And I'll see you on the next episode. And hopefully at my live events. That's going to be amazing. All right, guys. Peace out. Thank you for joining me on this journey of self-discovery and growth. If you're ready to grow and reach your full potential and find inner peace, send me a DM that says, I want inner peace, and I'll send you the next steps. You can accomplish anything you set your mind to. When you change your mind, you change your whole life. So don't hesitate and send that DM over to me. Myself and my team can't wait to meet you and witness your transformation in full glory. See you next week.